Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Phil from Zaid Comics. I'm the writer and co-creator of Magic Cop, which is on Indiegogo right now. You guys can go check that out. And just one half of the two best-looking brothers in all of comics. So today we have the lovely Carla from.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's
Thank
up,
you
Carla?
for having me, Phil.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. From Grim Reaper, of course, we've had her and John on before, and awesome comic. They were struggling to get funded for that first book, and we all came together. We're trying to support them, and they finally got funded, which was awesome. And I see people are getting their books now and doing reviews of them. Really cool. I love the cover of the first Grim Reaper. It's really cool.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Phil. Yeah, it was. We are super happy with that. Like with all the help we got the first time, and well, also the second.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, it came out very good, thankfully.
Yeah, and then now this is the second one. Pretty quick turnaround, which is awesome. We love to see that with crowdfunding. You guys are putting in the work, which is great. You had that unfortunate loss. Your the tragedy. Your apartment got set on fire, which was horrible. And we again the community came together, tried to help you out with that, which was awesome. It's so cool to be a part of a community that supports each other, not just with the work, but we're all like a bunch of buddies, which is awesome.
Exactly, exactly. Like I feel so proud to be Comicsgate. So proud. Like we feel the same with my husband. It's amazing that it has amazing people in it. War Campaign,
Yeah,
Comicsgate. Yeah, you guys are the best. So
for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, I know it's great, and
yeah,
we feel the love all the time, which is awesome.
yes.
Because we're all here to make awesome comics, which is our passion.
But
That's
not
great.
only that, you have proven that apart from being amazing creators, you're also amazing people. So that speaks volumes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. Shout outs to Uday in the chat. Thanks for joining us, buddy. We are here talking to Carla about her awesome comic, The Grim Reaper, which is the second issue is coming out. And you were the artist, Carla, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, I do pretty much everything except for the writing.
Cool. Well, that's good for John because
Yeah.
being a writer myself, it's you need that artist to make things happen. And when you're only sharing it with one other person, when you're doing the colors and letters and the writing and stuff like or the drawing, that's easier on the writer.
Oh yeah, of course, but also like you guys, you are siblings, so you also
Mhm.
like have a similar experience to us that living with the person you work with and being so close,
Mhm.
and it's a very different bond than the regular like writer and illustrator have because you live with the person and you
Mhm.
know the person very well, so it's super well personal. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm being redundant here, but yeah, no, I wouldn't say that being a writer is an easy job, not at all. Like I have been writing in the past myself, and it was a very mental demanding thing. Like I was always flying up there, couldn't get back to earth because I was always like fantasizing and thinking about possibilities. And when you
Yeah.
have that kind of freedom, like anything can happen, everything is good. You just have to write it. That amount of freedom also is hard to deal with because you are like, okay, but what is the best option? You have to constantly, it's a huge
Right.
effort you have to do. So
No.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. When everybody says like, well, my husband is very fast when he writes, but still, it's not easy because I know that he has been like cooking the idea in the microwave
Yeah.
for a long time. So the
Yeah.
writing is like the last part.
For
Yeah.
sure. No, yeah, that's a really interesting way to look at it. And I agree because
Yeah.
like you said, you have so many options, so many different paths you can go down, and you have to choose the right one for your characters and for your stories.
Definitely, yeah.
That's good. I never really looked at it like that, and that's awesome. So let's take a look at the Grim Reaper issue 2. Look at that.
Yeah.
Now this issue 1 is already out there, and is there a package where you can get both of them on this campaign?
Oh, yes, of course. That's actually the feature perk. That's the
Oh,
first one
perfect.
we see when, well, in this campaign, we are offering Green Reaper 1, then Green Reaper 2, and also a spin off that is called The Curse of the Medallion. My husband has so many ideas. So he, if it was for, if I did what he want to do, I would make like 5 books per campaign.
Yeah.
But the thing is
Sure.
that, well, some of you guys know, some of you don't, but the Green Reaper is a cosmic horror story in which we don't have people as characters, but we have concepts. We have anthropomorphic representations of concepts. For example, death, and it's very, very interesting insight and a very different take on death, because we always associate death with bad things, but this time death is the hero. So you will find yourself like identifying with death, which as crazy as it can sound, like it's very a very unique take, and it has a lot of fun, but also very deep, like philosophical stuff my husband likes to throw in there. It's a very well balanced story, has everything together. So I think you're gonna enjoy it a lot, guys. We have been receiving awesome reviews lately from Green Reaper 1. So yeah, we can wait to show you guys Green Reaper 2. In Green Reaper 1, the main plot revolved around uh, Death being new at his job as the new Green Reaper,
Yeah.
who is the Red Baron from World War I. He's chosen as the new Green Reaper, and he has to learn everything about his new job of being Death. So yeah, he's new at that, and he has to learn how to deal with a lot of stuff. And he is the hero here because he always wants to preserve the universal balance. And in this case, humans uh, get away with giving, like bringing somebody back from the dead with very advanced technology, with
Yeah.
cryonics. And Death has a dilemma there, because he cannot take a soul he already has taken in the past. He can only kill one person once. So it's that's like the main plot in the first issue. And well, in this second issue, this is the sequel, and the Green Reaper has a new problem here, in which an immortal being dies. And the Green Reaper's job is not only taking the souls from people that die, but also to keep the immortals immortal.
Hmm.
So he fails at that job this time because an immortal is killed. So this is more like a detective-esque story in which
Yeah.
we follow Manfred to figure out who did it, with what, and how to solve the problem. So yeah, it's super super. I love the story, super fun. And also we have the spin-off, in which I love it. I personally love it because I'm a big fan of all the Russian art and Russian stuff. So
Yeah.
this is in pre-communist Russia, in which uh, Manfred, the Green Reaper, he's very good friends with a well-known necromancer, Rasputin, the Mad Monk
Yeah.
of Siberia. Yeah, so there's a lot of fictional history there, um, and in which he makes a bet with Death. He challenges Death to an arm wrestling competition, and Rasputin cheats and wins. So now Death has to keep his promise of keeping Rasputin alive by giving him a medallion. And that medallion, as long as Rasputin wears it, he can no longer die. And that's very fun because Rasputin actually, like in history, he actually was super hard to kill. They
Yeah.
shot him, yeah, they shot him, they throw him in a frozen river, and he
That's right.
didn't die. And my husband explained it with the medallion. But
Yeah.
it has a lot of lines, everything happening at the same time. So it's a very, very fun read, especially if you like this kind of little historical facts that are actually accurate and are like explained in a fun way. Yeah, you will have a great time with this book. Um, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
That's awesome. No, I love your pitch for the book. You
Thanks.
are, you can tell you're really passionate about it. I love
Oh
this,
yeah.
putting Rasputin in here. I am a huge fan of mythology, which I know John is a big fan of
Oh
mythology
yeah.
too, and he puts that a lot into his stories. And then the story of Rasputin is quite humorous. If you a good representation of that is they did a drunk history episode on Rasputin, and it's really funny. And they explain like how he was, having sex with everybody, and
Oh
then
yeah. And they
and
even preserved his.
yeah, yeah. But also Rasputin. Have you ever seen Carla the movie Anastasia? It's
That the Fox animation one.
It's Don Bluth did the animation, and it was
Yes,
like a lot of it
I
was
love it.
rotoscoped. Yeah, and Rasputin is the bad guy in there.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. He also shows up in Hellboy a lot. He's one of the main bad guys is Rasputin, who
Mm.
actually brings about Hellboy coming to life. But I love comic books that take historical figures and kind of morph them into fantastical figures like this. And I think hitting on Rasputin like you guys did here is perfect for this because especially when you're dealing with death and people that
Yes.
can't die, it's perfect.
Yes, and Rasputin was a necromancer, so he was constantly dealing
Right.
with death. So that's why they are friends, because
Yeah.
they know each other from a long time.
I really like it. Yeah. Shout outs to people in the chat. What's up, El Gargoyle? Oli, what's up? Chris Baratus, thanks for joining in, buddy. Um, CG Raven, always great to have you in the chat. Yeah. The says Rasputin sounds awesome. Like the historical, I like the historical part. Yeah, totally. I totally agree, and I really like the look of death. Now, this is a different look than we saw him in the first one, correct?
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, issue 2 is the same kind of aesthetic I used for the first one, but however, for the spin-off, I tried to do something different, and I went full manga. Like I wanted to make it look like an anime,
Yeah,
so I used different techniques there. I like some kind of blur to like emulate the TV. I know
yeah,
I'm just experimenting to see how people react to that. If they like it, maybe they prefer the other one. We always like experiment a lot, and the
hmm
proof of that is actually our last perk. If you go a little up, our last perk, that's
yeah.
called Pandora's box. It makes no sense at all because it's the most expensive perk we have, and you have no idea what you're gonna get with it. So totally rational decision. Back it, guys.
That's funny. No, yeah, that's awesome. That's the whole thing about doing crowdfunding comics right now is all about taking risks and experimenting.
Yes.
Whether it be with the art, we're doing that a lot in Magic Cop. With the way we do flashbacks, we kind of try to
Mm.
make it look like old VHS tapes where the
Yes, I
RGB is
saw it
split.
and it looks so cool. Like it totally goes with the aesthetic.
Thank you.
Like when the lines, when the VHS like is like,
The
when it
tracking's all
moves.
blurry.
Yes, and
Yeah,
you have the
the red, blue,
magenta.
green.
Yes, like you see the three lines in different colors. I love that. I think
Yeah.
there's a scene when there are like mermaids
hmm
behind in ship.
Under the boat. Yeah.
Yes, and then you have the disco. Oh, that's my favorite page. I love it.
Awesome.
Like I never say anything, but I'm always checking and I love it. And
Oh,
yeah,
thank you so much. No, I love to hear that. That was
yes,
we just had that I had that idea and then I tried to explain that to my colorist. I'm like, would we be able to do this? And he's like, I don't know. Like I'll work on it. And then like he messaged me that and then my brother's like, oh, we could just do it in Photoshop after we get the colors back. And so I tried it on one of the old pages and I just told him like, okay, just do the colors regularly and I could do this myself. I learned how to do that. So I once he got those pages to me for the flashbacks, I was able to throw that in there, which was pretty
oh
cool.
yeah, yeah. Like props to you guys because I love how you took risks, especially with the concept of the story, because that you don't see that every day.
Yeah.
Uh, and it matches perfectly with the aesthetic. It's very consistent. Everything's super consistent, and it's something new you're bringing to the table. It's not the same as everyone else, and I love that. I love seeing that. So yeah.
Thank
So
you so much.
yeah, and now I'm seeing your new project, and it's so different from the previous one. Like
Yeah.
you guys have versatility on point, and that's another thing I love.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Thanks so much. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that later. But that's what we want to do, like give our audience a wide variety of stories and themes and styles, stuff like that.
same page.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so if you guys are just joining us, tuning in now, we're talking to Carla from the Grim Reaper. She's the artist. I know you're a huge anime and manga fan, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which
Oh
is
yeah.
yeah, which and you've been drawing for a long time as well, correct?
Yes, I've been freelancing basically all my life.
Oh, awesome.
until I met my husband. Like he was actually a client first.
Oh,
he hired
cool.
he hired me to do a project, and then we met, and then everything went to, well, but now
That,
we're back and we're doing this project. So yeah,
that's
this is our
awesome.
baby comic. Like we love our comic. We are super proud of it. We celebrate every little everything. We celebrate everything that has to do with the comic. And yeah, of course, our backers. Like we are very proud about our customer service. We contact all our backers and are like constantly checking everything's good. We put a lot of passion and love and dedication to this project. Just like it's as if it was our little baby.
Oh yeah, of course. I love this this page here with the horse. I'm gonna blow that up. Let's see if I could do that.
Oh yeah, thanks.
And another cool thing I really like about it is the lettering bubble, the speech balloon. Let's see here, which is it's not lettered yet, but this is the balloon bubble, correct?
Oh yeah, like I erase all the text because I don't want to spoil the story
Yeah,
or
yeah,
give
yeah. No, that's
anything
good.
away. Yeah,
No,
but yeah, sorry.
no, I love the style of the balloon that you did. Almost like it's he speaks in darkness. I love
Oh
that.
yes, thank you. Yeah, we try to make it look as the voice of the Green Reaper is like a very like deep, weird voice. So only when the Green Reaper talks, you have the dark balloon. When
Yeah,
everybody else talks, is a white balloon, but he has his special font and his special balloon, so you
yeah.
always know when he's talking. And we want to make clear that um I don't know. I interpret this my way. Maybe my husband doesn't think of this way, but for me, if something like death is talking, like you don't hear it with your ears, you like hear it in your mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just my interpretation. But like everybody else, okay, you hear them, they talk normal, but this is like a voice that emerged from.
Yeah, no, I love that. You have your own sense of thinking around how everything works, and that's what you need. And this shows that you're going full force into this because even the lettering matters. And not a
Yeah,
lot of people think about that when they're reading comics, but lettering is a big part of what's going on. And
yeah.
something like this could set the mood for how your fan reads this.
It is the little details that what matter the most, because
Yeah.
those are setting the mood, are setting the style. That's why I'm always like praising that kind of details you do, guys, with the VHS and that. It's
Yeah.
a detail. Like the story can still go on without that,
Hmm.
but it's like it's an very characteristic of that style, and it's something that only you can do with that kind of comic, with that kind of place aesthetic. Um, place and when and where.
Yeah.
So taking advantage of that and knowing how to use it, mastering the rules and
Mhm.
and having fun with it. I think that's what all of this is about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
We have in the chat, Ude says Phil loves anime too. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Not really into anime.
No, I've been known to not like anime.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like for me, all of the art styles look very similar.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely.
So it doesn't leave a lot of room for
Freedom.
variety. Yeah,
Yeah.
freedom and variety. A lot of artists stick to that like style very closely and never really go outside of the box. But I have seen some stuff that I think looks cool. Like a lot of people have recommended Berserk to me, and like that art looks crazy cool and really brutal.
Oh yeah,
And
those are very characteristic styles.
yeah,
Like I believe that in anime though, they like change a little bit the style of the author, because if you read the manga like straight from the stores, it's not that much. Of course, it's very similar one to the others. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. However, the differences are more evident than in the anime. In the anime, they tend to, oh, okay, like that's the industrial side. Like let's do
yeah,
it.
sure.
Everything the same, and let's put a lot of filler in the story so it's boring as hell and you don't want to watch it anymore. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I don't really watch anime because of that. I prefer reading the manga.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I hear what's the one? Oh, Trigun is good.
Oh
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good.
The
Yeah,
classics are the best. Yeah.
yeah. This page is awesome. Now, does Death? This is he's got his sickle here or his scythe, right?
Yes, that's the side. And he's rescuing Lust. She's a scene called Lust. You know,
Cool.
the
Yeah,
lady
of
is all
course.
about woohoo, having fun. But she's the immortal that is killed in this story. And
Oh, okay.
yes, the Green Reaper is going to hell to bring her back.
Wow.
I didn't erase the text there, but like up we have the pinup, which is also a stretch goal. When we get to 2000,
This one?
every backer will get that pinup for free.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, so come on, guys, back if
So
you're
who are
watching.
these
Back.
characters?
We have Themis in the background. She represents the beautiful way to die, like sleeping peaceful in your death. That's why in your bed, not in your death.
Yeah.
Like she's the daughter, one of the daughters of the Green Reaper, and she's all beautiful, all And then we have Lust. She's not that pretty, but she has a great body. But because she's a scene, I didn't want to make her look that cute.
Yeah, no, yeah, I dig that. That's
So
even
it's
with
like a
the
demon,
yeah.
but still works, still great.
Yeah,
Woo.
I love that because isn't Femme she's one she's related to Death, right?
Who do you mean?
The one in the back?
Oh yes, she's the daughter because
Yeah.
death is of course the concept of death,
Hmm.
something not living anymore. But there are different ways of dying, and those ways of dying like represent like these children of death are made from the energy created when somebody dies in a certain way. For example, when somebody dies of old age, sleeping in the bed, that's the death that everybody wants to have. It's the beautiful death. And that's Themis. That's what Themis represents. That's why she looks beautiful. And then we have Styx. He represents the silly death, the Darwinism also. Like when you are having a shower, you sleep in the soap and you crack your head and you die because how stupid you were because you weren't looking. That energy is what makes Styx stronger. And then we
That's
have
awesome.
Perseus. Perseus is the heroic death. He represents sacrifice, like the kind of deaths that happen in war, like when somebody dies for another cause, something altruistic. That's the kind
Yeah.
of death that Perseus represents, and that's also why Perseus behaves the way he does. Like he's always very brave, but also like John wanted to create Perseus as a very skinny guy. He didn't want to make him look like a superhero or muscular or anything, because the true brave people isn't always like the most prepared for danger or the most prepared for anything. That's Perseus. It's just that he's willing to sacrifice. And even when he's scared, he still goes, even
Yeah.
even despite the fact that he's scared, and
Yeah.
that makes him brave, and that's the true spirit of what he represents. So it's a
Yeah.
very deep stuff, very but everything is very well thought in the story.
No, yeah, you could totally tell just by
Yes.
from hearing you talk about it. I really really dig it. So if you guys are in the chat looking for an awesome comic book to read, I'd suggest get Grim Reaper. This is the second issue, and with the Inferno pack, right? This is your featured tier. You get
Mhm.
both the first and second
3 books.
issue, and as well as that supplemental book. Correct?
Yes, these are the 3 books, issue 1, issue 2, and the spin-off. All 3 books for $30 is super, super cheap.
Yeah.
And the quality is awesome. If you back the first campaign, like it's glossy, it's super hard stock, it looks beautiful. And this time we're gonna have more than 40 pages, so it's gonna be perfect bound issue. So
Oh,
it's
nice.
gonna look good in the shelf. So yeah, we are trying to constantly upgrade everything we can, not only in the presentation and in the printing, but also in the story, in the art. We had great feedback, but we wanna beat ourselves from the past. We
Yeah.
wanna kick our past selves in the butt.
Yeah, no, that's what you need to do. When you're putting out these comics by yourself, just keep raising the bar. Experimenting, seeing what people like, what the fans are into, and and raising the bar for yourself, because you're your own competition, you know.
Exactly. And also I believe that's something very healthy when you're a creator, because we are all creators, and this community, the CG community, is especially super good. Like, creators lift each other up. It's
Yeah.
something that you don't see, you just don't see it anywhere else. Like, I never saw this. Like, is this for reals? Is this true? Yes,
Right.
it's like that. However, when you are a creator, you're always seeing, like, you are always exposed to other people's work, and you're like, oh my god, that's so amazing, I love that book, I love that art. Oh, my art is maybe not like that, or maybe I wish, you always like question yourself when you're a creator. So I decided that was not a healthy approach to the creation. I'm here from the long run. My
Yeah.
husband too, we're in for the long run. So what's the healthy way to create and be happy and maintain, keep the enthusiasm and keep being passionate, is just competing with ourselves, being better than the previous time, and that's it.
No, yeah, that's a great way to look at it, because yeah, I mean, the same way we have so many great artists and creators in here. You could definitely do that and get bogged down by it, but we're all a group of friends that are supporting each other, and we're always going to be there for each other, and we got to compete with ourselves.
Exactly,
That's for
exactly.
more
Yeah,
people in
yeah,
the
yeah.
chat. What's up, Mandy? Thanks for stopping in. Hail,
Hey
Mandy.
Mandy, what's up?
Uh, Tungsten said he just backed the Inferno pack. Thank you
Thank you,
so much, brother.
Tungsten, you're gonna love it.
Let's see what we got here. We were at 39 backers, uh, and we're at 40 now with
Oh
60.
yay.
Got over the 1600.
Woo! Oh, thanks to Tungsten, see.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Yeah,
Yeah, this
so
is awesome.
yeah, what's up? What's up, Mandy? Um, yeah, it's awesome to see you guys still creating, and you guys are going to, how long is this series going to go? How many books do you guys have planned out?
Well, my husband says it's three campaigns in total. That's
Okay.
what he says. But he has so many ideas, and he keeps exploring, and so that's why he had this idea of including spin-offs with the
Mm,
story. So that's cheating, because that should be a different campaign. Because I have to
yeah,
draw two books in one campaign. Anyway, like,
yeah,
he wants to
yeah,
do
yeah.
one more with issue 3, and a second spin-off, like the continuation of the first spin-off. So yeah, there's gonna be more Green Reaper, but I believe that's gonna be it. But I don't know, because sometimes he wakes up and he tells me, oh my god, I had such a great idea in my sleep, and he tells me, and it's amazing, and I get so excited. Okay, I want to draw it right now. But that's campaign number 18. Oh, you have to do all this before. Oh yeah, you're right. I love all the ideas. What can I do?
No, that's awesome. That sounds like a super fun relationship. That is great. Do you guys have like, if you guys do only come out with 3 campaigns, do you know where you guys want to go for the next project?
Yes,
Oh,
actually,
good.
yes. Yeah, that's why I always like praise a lot, creative teams with versatility, because that's actually the path we're gonna go.
Yeah.
I always praise Bini Tartamela, because he's a super versatile artist, and you guys also are super versatile too.
Thank you.
And actually, our next campaign, like after everything Green Reaper goes
Yeah.
out, it's gonna be my idea. I'm a figure skater, and I love figure skating, and this is super girly and super blah blah blah. But the plot twist here is that my husband wrote it, so it's darker then, because he wrote it. But
Cool.
it's gonna be called Edge of Glory. This is the first time I'm saying it ever, so woo,
Get the
guys.
exclusive here.
Yeah, exclusive. So subscribe to this channel, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're almost to 300 subscribers. We might
That's
be now.
awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
so we're really excited about that. Mandy,
Congrats. Wow.
thanks, Mandy. Thanks so much. Thanks for stopping by. Mark Nappa's Mark Knapp's in the chat, and Comic Book Bob. I saw him hanging around up here.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, before we go, Carla, do you mind if I talk about Magic Cop for a little bit?
Of course.
Awesome, cool. So let's pull that bad boy up here. Whoops, this is the perk page. So Magic Cop is we've been doing a lot of sketch cards recently, which is been working out really well. Carla, if you guys, once you go in demand, I think sketch cards would be awesome for your campaign if you get
I
like
would
some other
love
artist.
to. I have
Yeah,
no idea how that works. Like I see a lot of artists collaborating, but I don't know. I'm new. I don't know how to do it. Like, guys, somebody wants to do trading cards. Let's do it.
yeah, no, I mean that's the cool thing is like we have a bunch of buddies here, and my buddy Passion for Drawing, who has Doom Fake going
Oh,
on. His idea was he's like, oh, we should just do a bunch of sketch cards for each other's campaigns to give it an extra push, and they've been selling really, really well for me. I actually have
that's
uh,
all.
my this is my artist Wolf for one of the stories in my next campaign,
Wow,
and she did these awesome sketch cards for me.
looks
So
amazing.
yeah, and so those have been doing really well, but they're all sold out now. I just locked in another amazing artist, who hopefully next week we'll have 3 sketch cards by him
Hmm.
to put up. But yeah, if you guys haven't backed already, check out Magic Comp. We are so close to 150 backers. We're 5 backers away, and then once we hit that 150 mark, then everyone is going to get the Magic Hop theme song MP3, so you could listen to
Oh,
that in your
really?
car. Yeah,
Wow.
so that
I wanna hear that. I'm a pianist, so I'm super intrigued. Like, do you write music?
I don't know. We actually had a guy do a really cool like synthwave song for us,
Wow.
very 1980s. Yeah, so if you listen to the trailer that we have up here, the theme song is in that trailer.
Wow, that's so cool.
So
I
that's
love
our
it.
next stretch goal. But we are, man, as of right now, my brother has 3 more pages to draw, and then all the line work is done, and it's just all left to colors. And then once the colors are done, I'm gonna letter it, and we'll be ready to ship. We'll
Nice.
next month. So yeah, here's that page you were talking about.
It's coming.
Yeah, there's all the ripple
Oh,
effect
yeah.
there. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
so check that out. Also, the next book that we're coming out with is called The Lost Pages. We have some videos on this channel about that. It's like Carla said, it's totally different than this book. It's more like a superhero story with a bunch of different characters in it, a bunch of different artists on it, and exploring different themes. Um, so yeah, that's what we're doing here at Zade Comics, and I hope you guys hop on the Zade Comics train and the Comic Feet train and start, getting some awesome books. But Carla, it's been awesome having you here. I know it's been a little wacky setting this up, but
yeah.
I'm glad we finally made it happen.
Thank you for having me, Phil. I truly appreciate it. And sorry because it is a lot of complications when
No
you have,
problem.
when you're an adult and you have stuff to do, and then oh my God, when can I do this?
Yeah, for sure.
But
So
here we are.
yeah, we did it.
Woo!
So if you guys are interested, definitely check out Grim Reaper. Go over to the page. The link is down below in the description and back the book. It's a super reasonable price. One of the least expensive books in CG right now.
So far,
And
so do it now because now it's not gonna be that cheap.
yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
As their campaigns get bigger and bigger,
Yep.
they're going to get some raises. So get the Inferno if you guys haven't read that first book, because that's the one I'm going to be getting.
That's cool.
So thanks so much, Carla. Tell everybody where they could find you.
All right, so you can find me in Twitter. I am Carla_Tornielli. I know it's a little weird, but if you have trouble with my name, which everybody does, you can find it like in the bottom of the campaign. It's both mine and my husband's Twitter. Like my husband's Twitter is even worse than mine because it's a bunch of numbers. So
I saw
just
that.
go to the bottom of the campaign and you will find both our Twitters. We also put our email, so any inquiry, anything you need from us, we are here for you. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely do so. Hit that like button and hit the bell for notifications so you know when we are going live with more great comic creators. Thanks again, Carla, and we will see you all next time, everybody. Hey, there's my brother. Hey, what's up? See ya.